Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one between the Buffalo Bills and the Chicago Bears. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any... It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
On 1st down, it's White. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on a pickup of 5 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
All right, here we go.
The play fake, now White. And this will be incomplete. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Back to the air on 2nd down. White, quick hitter here. It's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. A look now at the lineup defensively for Chicago. Coming into this one, ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. the gun. It's White. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Set. 3-19.
From the shotgun, here's White. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 10 more there and another first down. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out. Now White, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. In for the score. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 7-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Come on, let's go.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. This is how they'll line up on the defensive side for Buffalo. And they're squarely in the middle of the pack against the run this year, number 16 in the NFL.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. Looking to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ferguson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here we go. Grand 38.
A first carry now. This is Hill. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on third down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass.
Let's go. 190. 190.
Now back to throw. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Bills. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
All right, here we go. Green.
To throw on 2nd down, here's White. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Let's go. Green 39.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. 319.
Now they try the right side here. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
White looks to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done. Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here we go.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll run it here. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got him in. It's Pierce. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 37-yard line.
Let's go. Brand 38.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he will fight his way in, not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. A great effort there, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Point after here coming up. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And the Bills getting set to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 1st downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
12 yards that time and a Bills 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Off play action, here's White. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this 1st half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. from the red zone now. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
All right, here we go. Boom, land it.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Here's White from the gun on 3rd down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. You're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Now let's go.
Now White from the gun, he'll throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Here we go now. Boom.
He'll get it up the middle. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. White. And this is going to be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And his kick is good. And the Bills have taken the lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
What? Landed. What? Landed.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Come on, let's go.
On 2nd down, Hill. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Here we go.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Come on, let's go.
Following the penalty, it's Hill. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with 2nd and just 2 yards to go. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A dump off now to Hill. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Back to throw now on 1st down. Underneath here to Hill. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Pierce. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action.
Here we go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. They set up the screen to Hill. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the 1st before he's tackled. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. They'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards on the play.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90.
They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bears are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, It's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. A 10-play drive that time. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And now running right through it. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. A first update now from Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. White on 2nd down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. And if you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
Extra point attempt to follow here. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Let's go.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And in the second quarter, it's the Vikings who are out on top. The Vikes trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From there, let's get to the Meadowlands to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And it's the visiting Washington Redskins who have the lead in that one. The Skins looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And that one all tied as they host the visiting Falcons. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? Find out. We give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Come on, let's go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Let's go. 1, 9.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Come on, let's go.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So you heard the word. This is a neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defender wanted to try
down.
and get back after he had jumped, unable to do so.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go.
Now they try the right side here. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end,
Still
a little bit farther
down.
away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
Let's go. 1, 9.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here we go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
4 down. Let's go!
They'll look to throw here. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding. Offense.
Would have put him in the lead, but hold that thought.
Yeah, the celebration had to stop, didn't it? Because now you're on a real uptick. You're in the lead. Instead, you're still behind. Have to find a way to regroup.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. In for the score. And the Bears are in for 6. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish tight matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. To throw is White. To throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A game that's going on up in Minneapolis. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Jared Goff with 1 touchdown pass thus far. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom,
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
On 1st and 10, White. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Here we go now.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Off play action. White. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Set. Blue, line it.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short
Let's
game.
go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
White going to throw on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The return man is Hill. A beautiful fake. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Pierce. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Bears on third down. They've been flat getting it done, 8 for 9 to this point. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Seems to me that our friend Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And an alley to run. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So the hard count gets them there. Neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defense thought they had the timing down, but the quarterback hit him with a hard count, got him to jump.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
White now, operating from the gun. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Pass interference, defense.
So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap
Here we go
count.
now. 319.
Operating from the gun. White. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And they'll go on the ground. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up first and goal. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on first and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Second and goal from the 1.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
To throw, White. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So second and goal there from the 1. They go to the air.
And the perfect down to throw the football in this sequence. Second down is always kind of that, do they throw it, do they run it? They worked it out to perfection on that one by throwing it into the end zone.
So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for 2.
All right, here we go.
They're going to try and run. Runs through the contact. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. They'll set up a throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Ferguson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Let's go. Grand 38.
Now back to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Escapes the sack. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
And on 1st and goal, they decided to throw for it, but the coverage was excellent. And he kept holding the ball, hoping someone would shake free. Instead, he's hit and drop. And now, they're not even in the red zone anymore.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
He'll get it up the middle. Open space inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5. That'll be a gain of 16. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
Ball start, offense.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Come on, let's go.
And the blitz does come. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go! Green 39! Green 39!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, here's White. And that is incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Now
they'll throw here out of the gun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Back to throw here. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And the Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they'll run it here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. Back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
So he got 3 at 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. And now the spike comes with 15 seconds on the clock. And that one is incomplete. It stops the clock now with 15 seconds remaining. The Bills on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Chicago, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bills, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.